Today we're looking at another ATX 3 power supply. This is the Hydro G Pro from FSP. I've not looked at any of their products yet, so I'm keen to check out this one. They also have cases as well. That's their kind of main shtick. We've got power supplies and cases, so I'll link them down below as well if you want to check out anything on the site. But this is a 1000 watt model. It is available in an 850. You can also get a white version of the 1000 watt as well if you're going for that really clean aesthetic. We will run through all the different features that this one offers. There's the back if you want to pause and just have a little read, but I will cover things as we go. Price wise, this is looking to be about £190 at the moment, but hopefully that will come down as more retailers stock it and they get a bit more competitive with price. So let's run through the key things. We've got an 80+ gold certification on this. They've also got their charts that I'll put on the screen now that you can look for the efficiency. You'll get over 90% efficiency with a typical load. You've also got things like intelligent fan control as well. So for loads that are less than 30%, your fans won't spin, so that'll keep your system nice and quiet. Get into the box, and for anyone wondering just where it says power cord there, this came directly from Taiwan, so that's why I've got that power plug. Obviously you'll have the right region depending on where you buy it. Other little things, you've got a whole host of different protections that I'll put on the screen now because it's physically I can't remember them all. There's just so many, for like your overcurrent protection, over voltage and things like that. First thing we've got in the box is the quick start guide, but this is obviously regional and will be right for where you are. And we've got all of our cables and things that looks in the bottom here. They've included a jumper, which is a really nice thing to see, especially if you're going to do any water cooling and you need to test your loop and things like that. It's also not got any exposed connectors, which is nice. I generally have a little cable that jumpers from one pin to the other, but it's all enclosed, so a very nice jumper cable if you're into that. Velcro cable ties. You've also got your 4 screws for your mounting. Here's a actual power supply manual. This is a multilingual by the looks of things, so that will obviously be the one I will use if I need it. Got a couple of stickers, red and blue, obviously NVIDIA or AMD. I think the actual power supply is blue as well, so that will cover Intel. Just a little leaflet here saying about leaving enough space for the 12 pin, because it can be quite delicate as we've seen from some fires. We've got all of our cables in a nice power supply bag. Put those to the side for a second and get the actual PSU out. There you go, there's a little splash of blue that I mentioned, so it will cover your Intel side. I'll put all the rails and things on the screen now if you want to look at those, but this has got one massive 12 volt rail, so if you're doing any overclocking, this will be extra stable over having one that's got 2. While we're actually at the back, here we've got, of course, a power switch, the eco button I was on about, so no fan spinning under 30% load. On both sides we've got a Hydro G Pro. And one thing I do like is there's no text that we saw in the last power supply, so no matter which way up it is in your system, you will have the text the correct way and the branding as well, which is nice. You can of course put those stickers over if you'd rather. So then on the business end, we've got all of our connectors and they're kind of segmented in different parts. So you've got your peripherals on the left, PCIe, and then your 12 pin in this kind of like owl bracket, the CPU, EPS 8 pins, and then the motherboard below that. Let's actually take a look at all of those connectors. You have 2 bunches. And then I can also fill, presumably, the power cord, yeah, which like I said is the Taiwan version, but you'll obviously get the right one for your own region. All of our cables are now out. We've got our 20+4 on the end. Like I said in the last video though, if you're running a 20 pin motherboard, I'll be quite surprised. That goes to a different connection on the end as well, so you can't get them the wrong way around. We've got 2 EPS 8 pins, and then one is a breakout cable, so you can do 8+4. See a lot of motherboards that use that with a slightly lower power like the B series. We've got 3 cables for your graphics card. Each of these have got 2 connectors with 6+2, so you've got a total of 6 8 pins on there. But then of course we have got the 12 volt high power adapter, so 16 pins. This is the only cable in the lot as well that's sleeved. I'd actually quite like to see all of them in this material. It's a lot nicer than just a kind of flat ribbon style. You can see there's a drastic difference in how they look with the flat ribbon cable to the braided. I expect it's down to cost, and also means of course you're paying less for the power supply rather than paying for them to braid every cable that's included. So these lot of peripheral cables are a bit of a mixed bunch. We've got one here that's got a couple of SATAs, a Molex and a floppy. I'm too sure about that. I can't really think of anything that uses this nowadays, but it's there if you need it. So 2 SATA, 1 Molex floppy. Then these 2 here have got 2 Molex and 2 SATA on each. So really great if you're using anything like the Razer Chroma Hub, for example, that takes Molex, and then you're powering like case lightings, generally SATA. You do it all in one cable, saves adding in like another bunch just to power one device. Then lastly, we've got a few more SATA, so a couple of cables. These have each got 4 on, so you can have a total of 14 SATAs for this power supply and 5 Molex. Now to look at the Hydro G Pro from FSP. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments box below, and also add links for pricing and availability down there as well if I can find them. As I said, it's quite new, so it may take a little while for those links to filter through. But yeah, do let me know what you think about it. Great for connectivity, especially peripheral wise. If you want to maybe do a home server and add loads of SSDs or anything like that in RAID configurations, that will certainly do well for that. Then of course you've got the PCIe 5 or ATX 3 compliance there for all of your latest graphics cards, so saves using the adapters and things. Keeps all your cable management nice and tidy. Would like to see the cables all braided though, and that's one thing that I would like to say is a bit of constructive criticism. This is going to go into the Height Y40 that we looked at a little while ago, so get subscribed and ding the bell so you don't miss that build. That'll be up soon. So thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to FSP for sending this out for me to look at, and I'll see you all in the next one.